everyone's joining, and today I'm going to give you another round of Ticket to Read. So Ticket to Read is my TBR game that I play every month to pick my TBR. If you want to know the rules and all that, I'll link the first video in the corner so you guys see it. But let's go over the books that I've read in December. So these were the books that I was supposed to read in December. I'm currently reading The Wizards of Once, and I'm about, I don't remember what page that I'm at, but I'm still working on this. The day I'm filming this is the 27th, so I have a few days left in the month to hopefully finish this. So I have these 3 books left. After I listen to audiobook that I'm currently listening to, I'm going to start on Finale because I really want to know what happens, and it's the last book in the Carval series, so I'll be starting it right after that. And then I have these 2 books left, and you guys are probably going to be thinking I'm crazy, but I am going to take the punishment for not completing my December TBR. And you guys are probably wondering, Jordan, why are you taking the punishment? It's the new year, and I had a good reading month in December, okay? And I want to see if I'll have January as a good reading month, because usually in the winter months, I don't read a lot of books. I usually read 1 or 2 books a month. So, yeah, that's why. And I probably will regret my decision later, and you'll see. But let's get to the first draw. So these were the cards that was chosen from last month. And these cards were chosen from, and the train cards that were chosen from last month. And since I've only read 3 and hopefully finish 1 December, I'm going to put down 4 trains on the track, which would be right here. But like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I am going to start off the one from December because it's an audiobook, and that's one of the ones that I'm definitely going to read next. And crazy enough, you guys already know that I'm gonna take a punishment for not completing my TBR for December, but I thought I probably will regret this later. But the first ticket that I have here is, ooh, meant to read last year. So the first ticket card that I have here is meant to read last year, and it's self-explanatory, a book that you meant to read last year. I did a video, it was one of the first videos that I did in December, which I'll link in the corner in case you missed it. I made a list of books that I wished I've read in 2020, and there's a lot of books that I wanted to pick, but the book that I picked is Frozen Beauty by Lexa Highlighter. This is the same author as the Spin of Fire duology, which I really liked, and this book's about sisters who, it's a mystery, contemporary mystery novel about sisters, and one of them has a secret, and that's all I want to know about it. And plus, this is one of her new books, and I've been wanting to read it because I found out it's not a mystery, or not a mystery, it's not a fantasy. So yeah, I think it's a contemporary mystery, but definitely one of the ones that I've been wanting to read last year, and hopefully I'll end up reading it for the first year, or the new year. And the next ticket card that I have here is, oh, highest rated. So the next ticket card that I have here is highest rated, which means I read a book that is highest rated on Goodreads, and I'm going on to my Goodreads, and oh no, I want to read this book, but it's so big and I'm scared to read it. The highest rated book on my TBR is Gemina by Amy Copp and J. Kristoff, which is a sequel to Illuminate. I'm really excited to read this, but this is very chunky. I know that people recommend the audiobook and you read along with the book, but I honestly don't think I have time to read it, which I'll show you the screenshot. But I'm excited to read it. Like I said, it's a sequel to Illuminate, and Illuminate is about teenagers who are going on a mission in space, and then something happens. I'm trying to remember what happened because I've read that last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember, but this is a sequel to it. I think it follows a different set of teenagers as far as I know. But anyways, I'm excited, but I'm also scared to read this because it's so big, even though I could listen to this on audiobook. And the last ticket card is, ooh, rap. So the next ticket card that I have here is rep, which means representation. So it could mean people of color, or a person of color or mental health or LGBT plus. But the book that I picked, because I've been wanting to read this for a very long time, and it's one of my TBR veterans, which is You're Welcome Universe by Whitney Garner, which is about a deaf girl who got kicked out of deaf school because she creates graffiti, and then she goes to all hearing school, and that's all I want to know about it. I got this recommend. I actually bought this book because Haley from Haley Bookland really liked this, and I kind of got curious about this one because I never read about a character who was deaf before, and yeah, and I'm really curious about it, and I'm really excited to read it. Plus, it's a contemporary, which I've been wanting on my TBR for a while. And then the first train card that I got here is purple for fantasy. And the first train card that I got here is purple, which means fantasy. And the book that I picked is One Dark Crown by Kendar Blake. I've been putting this in a bunch of my TBRs last year, and I honestly want to get to it. This is a sequel to Three Dark Crowns. If you haven't read Three Dark Crowns is about three sisters who were raised separately, and then they come back together to fight for the throne, and that's all up from I remember. And I remember like really liking it, but I think I'm gonna read it physically because I didn't enjoy the audiobook as much. But I've been really this is like one of the sequels that have been on my top of my TBR, and I still haven't gotten to it. So and it's one of the books that I from the past Ticket to Read TBRs that I want to put as top priority. And the second ticket card is white for contemporary. Train card that I got here is white, which means contemporary, and I'm happy that I got contemporary because there's a lot of contemporary books that I want to read. But the one I'm going to read in January is My Life Next Door by Lee Fitzpatrick, which is about a girl who meets a boy next door, and that's all I want to know about it because I've honestly been putting it, and this isn't one of the ones I actually put in a bunch of TBRs, and I still haven't gotten to it, and I'm really hoping I enjoy this because I haven't heard anybody talk about it other than Haley from Haley and Bookland from one of her old videos. So yeah, and I definitely wanted to read this, and I'm happy for having a contemporary on my TBR since Ticket to Read wouldn't let me. I didn't get contemporary since my first Ticket to Read video. So yeah, I'm very excited. And the next, Wildcard, yay! The next train card that I got here is Wild. Finally, I've been waiting months for a wild card. A wild card means I get to pick any book that I want. And I haven't gotten a wild card since September. And the book that I picked for this is The Shadow Queen by C.J.R. Redwine because this is one of the TBR veterans that I want to put as top priority. This is a Snow White retelling. That's all I want to know about it. And I've read the first chapter of it and I enjoyed it, but I still haven't read it since I've read the first chapter. And I'm just really hoping I'll get to this one in January as well. And the last train card before the punishment is, green for middle grade. And the next book, the last train card that I have here is green, which means middle grade. And the book that I picked for this is Alicia, I think that's Alicia and Atlantis, the Forbidden Vial. This is the middle grade book that's not coming out in March, but I have the arc of it, and it's about a girl who's ran into a frog-like monster, and then who kidnaps her and takes her to Atlantis, and then she discovered that her father is from Atlantis. So that's all I want to know about it. I really love the cover, and I saw this on NetGalley, and it's one of the books, arcs that you can, like they have the Read Now section, so you can read it, and I saw the cover of it, and I know that it's coming out soon, and I've been wanting to read books that I don't know, it's just really grabbed my attention, especially the plot, and I'm like, I haven't read a book about Atlantis before, so it's like, I really excited about this, especially with its fantasy that deals with the sea. And now for the punishment round, I decided to draw another ticket card, even though I might regret it later instead of the train cards, because I really want to know what prompt I would have done if I got a punishment. And of course, I'm gonna regret this, that I'm gonna have a start off with a new year with a punishment. But the last train card here is Booktuber Rack. And the last card that I have here is this is my punishment book, which is the prompt that I got from the ticket to read card is Booktuber Rack, and the book that I picked for this is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. The reason I have this as a punishment book because it's been on my TBR for so long, and I know this has been a book series that has been hyped on BookTube, and I've got recommended by, I got this book because of Haley and Bookland, and I know other booktubers have read the Grisha trilogy or universe because there are 3 more books, and it's told by, and it tells a story about different characters' perspectives. And I have the whole Grisha trilogy on my shelves, and I'm honestly like, I need to read these because I read this, the first 2 chapters of this, and then I DNF'd it, so I honestly feel bad, and I've heard nothing but good things about him, plus the TV show is coming out soon, so yeah, I really want to read this so I know what the hype is about. So this is my whoop. Whoop. So these are the books I'll be reading in January, and hopefully it'll be another good reading month. Like I said, I've read more than 2 books in December because I usually read that many in the winter months, but I'm honestly scared about Gemina, but I'm excited about the rest of the books, and yeah, hopefully January would be a good read month for me. So that's all for this round's ticket to read. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below what you're reading in January. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!